What's up everybody, Sean here with Weston, here to talk about this year's mission series. So for any of you who don't know, the mission series is where we pair artists and important causes in our community. So we want to be good stewards of the land and we find the right vehicles to do it. For this one specifically, we worked with Trickster Company and Tlingit artist Worl out of Juneau, Alaska. When we're up there in Alaska, the salmon fuel our shred. And so we gain that perspective of how we want to be better stewards for the land. And we were stoked to be able to partner up with Crystal and Trickster Company to bring this story to life. The Tlingit have a super cool perspective on how, the salmon interplay in their lives, and it varies quite a bit differently from the Western perspective. Rather than just treating salmon as food or a creature, they're looking at it as part of their entire ecosystem. Salmon impact community, kinship, ancestry, spirituality, very important all around holistically for the Tlingit people. And today, important things we're seeing is the salmon runs are getting smaller and smaller. So, if we're up there and they've got emergency closures on the river that we're just at because the salmon aren't coming back, that impacts globally as well as locally. So we're partnering up with 3 different salmon foundations so that we can support the salmon fisheries in both Juneau as well as the Atlantic and the Pacific. The art on these skis showcases Tlingit formline design. It's a traditional design practiced and passed down generation to generation orally by different mentors. So to practice formline, you have to have a mentor that you found in the Tlingit community to be able to teach you and understand the way that the different geometric shapes come to life. In the skis specifically, you'll see both salmon and people represented, as well as waves and water, tying it back to this collaboration and trying to protect salmon, both locally and globally. So for a lot of people, when they're looking at indigenous designs, there might be a pause and like, is it okay for me to ski on that? Is it cool? And talking with Crystal, the artist, very much so. She wants you to be out there. She wants you to be supporting indigenous art made by indigenous peoples. And the one thing she asked was to be curious. If you're out there on this art, out there on these skis or boards, actually take a minute to understand what the culture is that it's coming from, who the people are, the story behind it. Gain some perspective on our global communities. And then you're doing everything the justice that you should be to be shredding and, taking stoke in these awesome graphics that she's made. We're also very pumped in this collaboration because we've been able to partner with a number of larger brands. We've got Smartwool, we've got Zeal, we've got Pret helmets, we've got MountainFLOW Eco Wax. Everyone's going to have a different take on this art that's going to be exhibited across their products. And everything's going to be going back with a portion of the proceeds to supporting these causes. So really cool collaboration that we're pumped on. We're calling it the Haa Aaní Alliance. That translates to our land, in English. And it's just representative of that. We're stewarding the land, and giving back to the people as best we can. So if you're really stoked on this collaboration and the Skyline skis, you can go online, check out the videos down below. We'll go through all the specs and features of the ski. And then as an extra bonus, this ski actually took Free Skier Editor's Pick this year. So we're extra pumped. We've got awards behind it with stellar graphics done by Crystal. So get out there, go forth and slay POW.